Hi, it's Tuesday and you're watching Project Excellent, which means it's my face on the thumbnail. I did this video just a second ago, had it all rendered, and then watched it back and hated the way it turned out, so here is take two. This week's theme was picked by actually one of you Excellenters, B Charmer, who followed me over, I think, from a bunch of rejects. Yay. So me and him go way back, and it's fun times, and I'm glad that we did his theme. Anyway, the theme was 5 movies that changed your life. It sounds cynical, but movies don't really change my life, honestly. I think I've read a lot more books that changed my life than movies. But I do have 5 movies that I think have made some kind of an impact on my life. People are always shocked when I tell them that I have never seen Casablanca, Gone with the Wind, The Godfather, Goodfellas. I've never seen the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. Nope. Not even the first one. I think I've seen about 15 minutes of the first one, and honestly it was kind of boring. Never seen the Star Wars films. Never seen any of the Star Trek movies or TV shows. Never seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But I did see all Harry Potter films. Take that, bitch. Number 1 is Titanic. It was the first PG-13 movie I ever saw. I saw it when it came out in the theaters in 1997, which means I was 6. So I was kind of a badass. I was a 6-year-old in a PG-13 movie. Boom. Yeah. Anyway, I think it was the first movie to really introduce me to movies with real people. I'd watched a lot of animated films up until that point, so I think in that way it changed my life definitely, because it opened a whole new door of film for me to watch. I have never cried so hard in any movie like the way I cried in Ladder 49. I don't know why. Looking back on it, it's really not that sad of a story. I think probably the reason that it hit me so hard was, spoiler alert, the guy dies in the end, and you watch this whole movie and you just think that he's gonna live. It never even crosses your mind that he might die, because you know they're going through all of these things, and he's doing all of this work, and they're doing all of this work to get him out, and then he just boom, he ends up dying, and you're like, it was devastating. Any movies that have to do with like a sports theme, some notable favorites are Miracle, the one about the 1980 U.S. hockey team in the Olympics that beats Soviet Russia. Remember the Titans. Everybody knows that movie. Rudy. We Are Marshall. We Are Marshall, I cried so hard. Just basically any sports movies make me just so emotional, and it's amazing. I love it. I think Dead Poets Society is one of the most phenomenal movies of all time. I think it should be on the movies to see before you die list. I just think it's phenomenal, and Robin Williams was unbelievable in that movie. So if you've not seen that, please do see it. If any movie has changed my life, that movie has. And then probably lastly would be an independent film that I saw last year I think, in 2009. It starred Hugh Dancy. It was called Adam, and it was about a guy with Asperger's syndrome, I believe, and it's just the journey of his life after his father dies, and his father had pretty much held his hand through his entire life, and it's just his journey without his father, and everything that he has to go through, and learning to function on his own, and the whole movie is basically him functioning on his own. Even though he has a girlfriend, per se, the overall moral of the story is learning to live on your own and be independent of yourself. It was a great movie.